Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. This is going to be a video about Disney. Lo and behold, but we're not talking about the Acolyte. That's first. After these last couple of weeks, most of my Disney content has been around, the Acolyte. And then if you want to throw in the Lego Marvels, I guess, since Marvel is a Disney property. But this one has to deal with their disability services policy. I saw a video on the Twitter, and I watched it, and I have some comments. But first, we're going to go ahead and we're going to read an article about the disability program. So before we get into this, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. Let me know in the comments below. Did Disney fuck up? Did they fuck up this time? So, Disney is changing its Disability Access Service program. What guests with disabilities should know. Walt Disney World and Disneyland are changing their policies for guests with disabilities. The Florida and California resorts will keep their popular DAS, but adjust qualifications, registration procedures, and length of validity to help ensure guests receive the accommodations they need. Disney is dedicated to providing a great experience for all guests, including those with disabilities, which is why we are so committed to delivering a wide range of innovative support services aimed at helping our guests with disabilities have a wonderful time when visiting our theme parks, the Disney spokesperson said in a statement. So, what is DAS? Disney World and Disneyland previously described their Disability Access Service as a program to... Oops, I went too far down. To assist guests who have difficulty tolerating extended waits in a conventional queue environment due to a disability. Guests who qualify for and enroll in DAS wait just as long as guests in the standby line, sometimes a little longer, but they don't have to physically stay in the queue. Instead, they can join the line virtually, wait out the designated time elsewhere in the park, and then return to the attraction for a shorter in-person wait. Who qualifies for DAS? Not all disabilities impact the ability to tolerate long waits in traditional queues. For example, guests in wheelchairs, which is cue to the video that I'm about to show you, or electronic convenience vehicles may still be able to wait in many lines in their mobility devices. New updates to the resort's accessibility web pages further clarify DAS intended audience, guests who, due to a developmental disability like autism or similar, are unable to wait in a conventional queue for an extended period of time. So how do you qualify for the pass? Registering for DAS involves meeting with a specially trained cast member who can determine if DAS is the right fit. In the past, that could be done in advance, online, or in person at both resorts. The conversation lasts just minutes, though online waits have historically taken longer. So how is DAS changing? Starting May 20th for Disney World, guests may only enroll in DAS with a virtual video meeting, not in person at the parks. It's highly recommended to do so in the planning stages of the trip, but virtual chats will also be available on the day of visits. Again, they will no longer be available in person at Disney World. Disneyland guests may continue to register for DAS with a virtual video call ahead of their trip, which is strongly encouraged, or in person on the day of visits. But starting June 18th, the location of registration will move from guest services inside the parks to the outside Esplanade, area between Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. Virtual video calls will be similar to what existing and past DAS enrollees are used to having with cast members, but Disney is also partnering with Inspire Health Alliance, whose experts may be brought in. DAS may be used by the enrollee and up to 4 companions, or more if there are more than 4 immediate family members who all want to experience an attraction together. How long is it good for? Don't really care about that. What does Disney consider a disability? Disney recognizes all kinds of disabilities and access needs, many of which are invisible. While guests won't find an exhaustive list of disabilities on Disney's websites, their newly updated accessibility pages serve as the first stop in navigating accommodations. Cast members are also available to answer questions in staffed virtual chats. Does Disney request proof of disability? Disney does not require documentation proving disability or access needs, nor will they be required with these upcoming changes. Because I would imagine that has something to do with violating HIPAA. The law that states that nobody can access your personal information, and don't mind the mess. It's whatever. I like a cluttered desk. Chaos is my friend. So basically, in a nutshell, what we have going on here is a young lady who is in a wheelchair and clearly has something else going on. You can tell by watching it. I'm not making a judgment call or anything like that. She legit has something going on. Made a video, which I will play for you. It's about 2 minutes, that she got denied her pass. So we'll go ahead and play the video for you here.
Hi, my name is Trisma Magajas. I was recently denied the Disability Access Services here at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. I was in substitution, provided the return to line, where if I had a party with me, my party would wait in line and I would meet up with them through re-entry, and I wanted to make this video to show that no matter the severity of the disability, Disney has their own standards that they've created that determines whether or not you apply for their specific accessibility service, which mainly, and she described it as severely disabled or cognitively disabled. I do understand. I however, wanted to raise attention to an idea that I had instead. So I wanted to be able to purchase Genie Plus, but since I am a Magic Key holder, rather than coming back and repurchasing it $25 per person for my group if I visit every week, I'm out $400 a month on top of the $380 ventilator bill and my medical supply bill. Instead, I say that Disney puts a lightning link service for those who are disabled, and it's a one-time purchase for a year, let's say, usually if they have a Magic Key pass. And with the one-time purchase of the lightning link, I can reuse the lightning link service, but still pay a fee for the lightning link service. It also helps my disability. Thank you again for listening. I really hope Disney looks at their policies, and for those of you in the same position as me, I'm very sorry. I wish I could understand even more so your story and your frustration, but I am making do with what I have. Pay attention to more content from the Disney parks and more on accessibility.
All right, so that's the situation she's in. You can see pretty much everything that's going on with her. She's in a wheelchair. She has something else going on because she's got the respirator and the eye thing. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. But we got this here. It says the Disney Disability Access Service, DAS, is designed for guests with difficulty tolerating extended waits in queues due to a disability. It provides return times for attractions, allowing guests to enjoy other park experiences instead of waiting in line. DAS is valid for the length of the ticket or up to 120 days, which is, of course, about 3 or 4 months. So then we also have another little tidbit that I thought was kind of interesting when it comes to this disability service. Let's see. While there is no... Oops, my arrows are in the way. While there is no specific list of disabilities that automatically qualify for the DAS Pass at Disney World, some common conditions that may be approved include ADHD, autism, and anxiety. To be eligible, guests should demonstrate difficulty waiting in standard attraction lines due to cognitive or developmental considerations. Keep in mind that mobility restrictions alone do not qualify for DAS passes. Now, the reason why I bring those up is obviously she has mobility issues. She's in a wheelchair. Now, they just said, and then what I read before, that mobility issues don't necessarily qualify you for DAS pass, but she has something else going on. Now, specifically, don't need to know. Again, HIPAA, she's protected. She doesn't need to clarify to anybody else that something is going on with her. And they even say that you don't need to demonstrate or prove that you have a disability. But you do got to do that little, or you had to do that little meeting thing, the virtual meeting call. But at least now they're bringing in medical professionals. I'm not saying that the people before weren't medical professionals, because I would assume they would have to be. But clearly something's going on with her that potentially could lead to her not being able to do, or to be able to use the DAS Pass. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is, what if we had somebody that was 300 to 400 pounds and couldn't stand for that long, couldn't walk for that long? That's a choice. That's something that they chose to do to themselves. Now, there are thyroid and some kind of gland issues, but I think the thyroid is a gland, so I'm not medically inclined, so bear with me here. But those people, I would guarantee you would be able to do the Dash Pass and then go to like the food court or somewhere else to sit, and then they get the little ding ding or a call or whatever, and then they would make their way back over and then be able to get on the ride. Now, I know I've never been to a theme park, so I know there is weight limit, but I guarantee you people that are overweight are more than likely abusing the shit out of this. Or there might even be people that are faking it that are abusing it, so they don't have to wait for Disney rides. Because from what I heard, some of these rides can last for wait times to 20 minutes to like hour and a half or longer. So if you think that this Dash Pass isn't being abused by some asshole out there, you're wrong. And clearly people that look like this or have this kind of situation involved with themselves are, in my opinion, should qualify for the Dash Pass. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Do you think Disney's in the right in this situation, or do you think that Disney fucked up? Let me know down in the comments below. That's what it's there for. Make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing, turning on your bell notification. I'll catch you later.